it out. You know what I'm saying? We'll work it out. All right, so I'm gonna go live on IG now. So just find me and request me. Um, Go ahead and request me.
And I think I just sent it to you. I seen the mistake I was making.
Oh, okay. So let me see here. So you sent it to me? Oh, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I got a
I
I think I got it.
oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's
It's
see.
the Instagram lagging.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's it's always lagging. All right. So yeah. Now since you see me on there, go ahead and request to join me. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Now what just happened?
Go ahead and request to join me. Oh, there we go. I see you.
And this can go on the phone. It ain't let me charge my phone.
Oh, there we go. I see you.
If you can plug the extension cord up, then you can just plug the regular charge up. That way my phone getting ready
All
to
right.
die.
Let's see. Oh, did I get you on? Let's see. All right. Let's see. Let me get you on real quick. I don't know why this phone be doing this, man.
No, I'm not on.
Okay, I got you. There we go. Let me get you on real quick. I don't know why this phone be doing this. It gives me a daggone tutorial like I've not done this before. It get on my daggone nerves. You know what I'm saying? It's like do this, do that. Ooh, I'm like, man, like I'm a newbie.
There you go.
You
I
know what
see
I'm
it.
saying? It's like do this, do that. Ooh, I'm like, man. Oh, there you be. Let's take a look. Let's see, share screen. So I think with extra, see if it's slides. Let's see if I can find your slides. Google Slides. Add Google Slides. Hold on a second. Let me see if I. Let's take a look.
It's all right.
Hold on a second. Share. I just gotta make sure that I got your screen up here. Let's take a look. Share screen.
Okay, you love
All right. Let me just before we start. Peace, everybody. We getting everything straight for everybody. We got a presentation tonight with a good brother Marlan, so he gonna be dropping it like he always does. So I just gotta just getting a couple things straight here. Well, we about to get it going on. Let's see. Let's see. So in the meantime, while I fix this, Marlon, before we really start chopping him up, man, how you been? You know what I'm saying? Been a minute. What's the latest and greatest been going on?
Man, I was just celebrating today. Let the people know. I end up having basically a fear that I end up like didn't pass one of my law school classes, so I was scared to check my grades. But
Hmm.
then I ended up checking my grades yesterday, and I actually did better than I did last semester. So I ended the semester over 3.0 in my first year of law school at the University of Iowa. So tier 1 law school. We made it. First year, we already made it. We did good with the
All
grades.
right. All right.
Everything is wonderful. There we go.
You see it?
Yeah,
There we go. Okay, there we go. We in the house now. All right, let's roll then, god dang. Let's roll. You ready? Let me go ahead and go on real quick to the other tip here, and we're gonna get it rolling. So congratulations. Like I said before we really get going on, we chatting it up a little bit. Congratulations on that accomplishment. We're gonna have another Johnny Cochran in the house. Future Johnny
you
Cochran,
already
right?
know.
That's what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Now we're gonna get it. Ooh, that's nice right there. Let's see. See which one we're gonna rock with. All right, I got it. I got it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go this route anyway. So, all right, everybody. I see y'all in the house. See y'all in the house. I appreciate y'all coming in. This is another episode of the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast. And as you all know, and if you don't know, this podcast specifically is made to uplift humanity, but in addition, more so, to awaken the melanated, woolly head zombies that have been falling asleep for some time and now are starting to wake up. And we are here to facilitate that awakening, by getting out this great information with great guests like we have today. Brother Marlon, of course, if y'all haven't already, you know what I'm saying, please go to the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast and pick up my book, Bicultural Living and Leaving the World of Illusions. It's my journey of knowledge of self, so to speak, the good, the bad, and the ugly of about growing up black in America, um, as they want to call us, black in America. Um, while y'all out there, please like both of us good brothers. Share this and let the people know what's going on. And also follow, like, share, and follow. Please, please, please press that like button. Press that like button. We appreciate y'all so much. Real talk. And that's it for me. Y'all know the way I roll. So let's go ahead, Marlon. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we're gonna go into a very needed lecture in a few moments. I mean, presentation, I should say, in a few moments. So go ahead, Marlon. Tell the folks who you are, and let's roll with it.
All right, so my name is Marlan Dixon. I go by Low. Low stands for Look Objectively. I'm from the south side of Chicago, Altgale Gardens. Currently in law school. I hold an associate's in accounting. I hold a bachelor's in psychology. I hold a master's in criminal justice, and I just finished my first year of law school. I'm just over that 3.0 GPA at the University of Iowa. I have books that I've written, the Mercy Papers. I want you guys to see. This book is the Three Strikes Laws and their effects on society. So this is what the presentation is about today. Also, I have one that's serious, but it has a funny title to it. And it says how, you guys see it? How drinking too much water can land you in prison.
Oh wow.
That sounds crazy, but the research is true. You drink too much water and you can land yourself in prison. So it's like, I want to shout out my brother Zoe. We come from an investment group. That's where we met at, and then we've been chopping it up on the phone and everything. So it's like we've been cool there since. This is our second podcast with many more to come in the future. With all the information and research that I've been doing, I just want to give back to my people and just explaining the things that I've been learning and discerning from going to these universities and schools and everything, so I can give back as much as I can. So in my writings and my speaking, my speeches, podcasts. Also follow me on Duffalo to Sit Down. Also follow Allgale Kingpins as well. And those are my two YouTube channels. I'll try to drop those down in the comment below so you guys can see. But I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Cool, cool, cool. So we just gonna get at it, man. How if y'all are new to this station, you know what I'm saying. I like to have guests that come on here and I just let them present. You know what I mean, and present the information and go from there. This is gonna be one of those situations. So a lot of information is gonna be dispelled. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and get into it now. Let's see. No, don't want to see me. I want to see. Actually, you might be just able to go with this. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go with this rate. So, all right.
So
So,
would you click through it for me?
yeah, let me see which way we. This I need to click. Let me see which way I gotta click. Hold on a second.
Or unless you could scroll, you might could scroll down.
Just scroll down. Okay, that's what it is. Scrolling down. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, this the presentation right here. The three strikes laws and their effects on society.
Hey,
Uh
real quick, your IG is getting blocked by the computer.
oh, that's me. I gotta use this computer to read it. I can't see off that one.
Gotcha.
Are you ready?
Let's roll.
All right, yeah. So this is my thesis statement right here that I started off my research with, basically saying that three strikes laws does not deter crime, that was the reason for them basically like coming out with the three strikes laws. They wanted to deter crime, but I
Mm-hmm.
said it does not, and it's an unfair practice. It is not cost effective to the American taxpayers, and it has negatively affected the American society, and it's particularly minorities.
Mm-hmm.
So when you understand that the three strikes laws was putting people in jail and for 25 years to life,
Mm-hmm.
you have to understand that how the system is, the taxpayers pays for those prisoners to be held in prison.
Hmm.
So when those prisoners are getting 25 years to life, that means we have to pay for each of those prisoners for those 25 years to life.
Good gracious.
And the ones that's actually in jail for the 25 years of life, majority of them look like us.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than spending that 30,000 plus a year to send them to college for free to learn a trade or get an education for them to actually start a business or get a good job, we throw them in prison and spend that money to hold them there. So
Mm-hmm.
that was why I was kind of like coming from with this research. So we go to the next one. And this is
All
the
right.
interesting part about the research that I think a lot of people really gonna find interesting.
Uh-oh.
So the three strikes laws is a concept that was first introduced by former Vice President, now President Joe Biden in the 1980s.
Mm.
As you can see, he got business in the front, he got a party in the back. So he's been cool with Bill Clinton for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys know, the President Joe Biden is a career politician. If you don't know what a career politician is, that means someone that's been in politics their entire life. So he is the actual reason for the three strikes laws. And the three
Mm.
strikes law statute was attached to the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994. So now the three strikes laws, most people look at it as if like it was a big part of this, like a big part of the act. But in reality, it probably was like, I want to say, a small paragraph that was attached to the act, but it had dire consequences for the what we call quote unquote melanated population in America.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this act was passed into law in 1994 by former President Bill Clinton. And as I
Mm-hmm.
show you guys in the picture, Biden wrote it, Clinton passed it. They was buddies. They helped each other out. You guys know they both in the Democratic Party, and
Mm.
that's what it is.
That's
So
that's like this is all going in alignment when he was up sitting there all mad because somebody got killed in his family or something like by a black person, something like that, right? And then he was like on the
yeah,
he was on the floor like just like going off, just I don't care, Is that is that all connected?
yeah. So basically, like which is called recidivism. Recidivism is basically
Mm.
like a person that goes to jail and then they come out and they commit another crime and go back to jail. So
Mm.
this person was out of jail even though
Mm-hmm.
they was a violent criminal.
Mm-hmm.
What the three strikes laws was saying is that person wouldn't have been out and been able to kill the white woman. Rest in peace to her and condolences to the family. This happened forever ago. But he would, if the three strikes laws was already in place, then it would have kept him in jail, and then he wouldn't have been able to kill her. So that was the
Mm.
story that they was running with to get this statute passed in this legislation. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's why I tell people like you have to literally like research the law. Like don't just look at, oh, the law says this. Why did this law get passed? Like what was the fighting factor behind it that made it get into legislation? And then if you go to the
Mm.
next slide,
All
it
right.
literally shows you like so basically in the background you can see where it says felony is a crime. such
Hold
as
on one
murder,
second.
burglary, arson,
All right. Okay, that's the computer. Hold
and
on a
more
second. Go ahead.
serious character than a misdemeanor. So that's what a felony is. Like, you armed robbery, felony.
There we go.
And the felony is basically like the crimes that where you can get sentenced for a year and a day. So once you
Mm-hmm.
reach that 366, that's a felony. Anything
Mm-hmm.
under that 365, that's all misdemeanor. So now
Mm.
with the three strike statute, it says mandatory life imprisonment without the possibility of parole for federal offenders with 3 or more convictions for serious violent felonies or drug trafficking crimes. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to the drug trafficking crimes. As you guys know, the crack era in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Biden wrote this in the 80s. It went past to the 90s, but the crack era in the 80s, all the crack babies and all this stuff. So when you understand that was in the black community and they put the drug laws into it, saying like you get these drug offenses, you can get the 3 strikes. You guys have to understand that that's why the community was affected so heavily by it, because you selling it, you buying it, you in possession of it, that's a felony.
Yeah.
And the entire hood, somebody doing something.
And they set it all up. So they put the drugs in community. They put you in a position in which you, like you said, to have drugs with you. It's a what's that word they say when you get set up for something? What's the name of it? Like
Entrapment.
Entrapment. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was a overall just entrapment of melanated folks, completely all designed just to have people locked up and us pay for them. Dang.
Now let me tell you the legalese to that. So I'm in law school, so I got to tell you guys, this is not financial advice, no legal advice, but you should just go look into this.
Mm-hmm.
Precondition.
Mm-hmm.
When you understand the term precondition, have you already been exposed to this? So now think about it. Your uncle is a felon. Your father is a felon. Your older brother, older cousin is a felon. They all in jail for drugs. So you've already seen this. So you should already know that this activity and behavior is wrong.
Yeah.
So when you get your first case and this is what you come to the court for, no, it's not entrapment. You see? So it's entrapment for somebody that never been predisposed to that type of behavior. But if you have been, you cannot even use the entrapment defense like that unless the government literally took a lot of steps to really for real try to entrap you. Yeah. But if they just took a minuscule steps, you ain't even gonna be able to use that entrapment defense.
Yeah.
And most people don't know this. So it's like when I say this is why I study the law and I love it, because you literally it's a real thinking game. And if you don't understand all the factors and the variables that's moving, you literally can get lost in it. So that's why I like giving out this information, because I learned it. I'm having fun putting the puzzle together. So it's I'm excited to tell everybody y'all wouldn't believe this. Look. And then be able to have the information to actually show them though. Not just say it to them, showing it to them and saying, hey, go look this up. Don't just trust what I say. Go look it up and see what you discern from it. So let's go to the next slide. So now, as you all can see, I asked the question, does it deter? The statute is implemented as a deterrent for criminals who return from prison and continuously committed crimes. Now, if you can look at the figure to the right, you can see that in 1994, which when it was passed, we had 5,000 people that was in jail for the 3 strikes. So basically they was in there 25 to life. And if this was supposed to deter people from committing crime, why did the numbers shoot up so fast? So it actually, this is another word you guys need to understand. It's called widening the net. So you go fishing. For those that go fishing and you go fishing with the net, you throw a little net, you might get 5 fish. But you throw a bigger net that's wider, you get a lot more fish.
Yeah.
Now, this is the interesting part. These are not my terms that I'm using. I'm using criminal justice legal terms.
That's crazy.
So it's like you don't get this stuff because you're so busy focused on everything else in life that you're not putting your head into the book to really see like what's going on. But that's what you guys got me for. So Duffalo to sit down, go check it out, get your mind blown.
Yeah.
So
We, all y'all out there, I see y'all on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? If you click we got the brother on IG Live right now, and we're on YouTube. So if you click the profile, you can see this live on there, or you can go to IG Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast. We hitting it live. Hit us up, comment, because I know he's gonna have some Q&A later for people to have some questions. So
yeah,
please follow, like, and subscribe. Me, him, the good brother. I know he's on. You on TikTok? And what's your tag on TikTok?
the TikTok should be the same as the
It
130
is.
low. If not, New Jack
Yeah,
7
yeah. That's
underscore block 6.
yeah. New Jack underscore 7 block 6. Yeah, that's that brother. So
Yeah.
if y'all watching this on TikTok, go click the profile button. Go to YouTube or IG Live. We on there as well. Um, but go ahead, brother.
Oh, you gotta go to the next slide.
All right,
I'm have
okay.
to I'm
Moving.
gonna have to actually open the book. I'm
Okay.
gonna open the book, the Three Strikes Laws book, and I'm gonna read from it because you
Oh
guys
wow.
wouldn't understand what these is. But I gave you guys the cases for you guys to see how serious this is.
Mm.
Now, look at these three cases. The first case is Washington versus Cross. Now, RIP Miss Cross, she ended up passing. She ended up getting 25 years to life,
Oh Lord.
and she ended up only surviving 8 years, and then she died in prison. So RIP to her. Now, the other people, I didn't look into their past. I researched her. She was the black woman, so I kind of look a little deeper into it. She got sentenced to 25 years to life for $834. Now, let's pause. Let's pause right there. It costs 30 plus thousand per year to house an inmate.
Mm-hmm.
She got 25 years to life for $834. That's not it though. Next case, Ewing versus California. That
Mm.
came out in 2003. The reason I'm giving y'all the years in the quotation, you Google this and you put it in Google, these cases will pop up for you right now where you can literally go and just listen, watch the case. You can listen to it. Maybe there's YouTube videos about it. Please go look at these cases so you know that I'm literally not just saying this stuff and making it up.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know you can go look this up. It's all
Yeah.
public knowledge. The third case, Lockyer versus Andrade, 2004. Went to jail for $153.
Hey.
Now I got to read the book so y'all can know exactly why they end up actually going to jail for doing what it is that they did. Let me plug up my phone for that down. Uh-oh. Get this together. There we go. Hopefully I hold that. Okay, so the first case I'm going to talk about is the Ewing versus California case in 2003, but it began in the year 2000. So
Mm-hmm.
his name is Gary Ewing. He concealed 3 different golf clubs. So 3 separate golf clubs, each priced at $399 each. So each one of them was priced at $400. And he was arrested in a parking lot. So he didn't get too far with the golf clubs. His offense was felony grand theft of personal property, which would give him his 2 or more strikes needed under California's 3 strikes laws. Now look at this. It's called the 3 strikes laws, but it was up to the states to decide if they wanted it to be 3 strikes or 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's say 3 strikes, but it could be 2. California is the strictest state. They only say 2 strikes, and that's it for you.
Good gracious.
So it was getting crazy in California. So he was convicted of felonies prior to passing the 3 strikes law. So he had felonies before they passed the 3 strikes laws. His current crime of stealing golf clubs made him eligible to be sentenced to 25 years to life. So because he already had previous felonies, they used that against him with these golf clubs, put it together and said, now you're going to get 25 years to life.
They grandfathered in his previous convictions. How convenient.
Yes. And it said that 4 of the Supreme Court justices did not agree with this decision under the Eighth Amendment, and they were Justice Breyer, Justice Ginsburg, Justice Souter, and Justice Stevens. Let me open my phone back. I don't know why it's closed. There we go. Yeah, the phone trying to close on me. I got to keep touching it. Let me see if I take that out. Would that work? There we go. So now the second case is the Lockyer versus Andrade, which was decided by the Supreme Court in 2003, but this case began all the way in 1995. Now, Leandre Andrade, he stole 6 movies from Kmart. Let me say that again. He stole 6 movies from Kmart, which was valued at $84.70, and he was arrested for shoplifting. 2 weeks later, he stole 4 movies from Kmart, which was valued at $68.84, in which he was detained again and arrested for shoplifting. Due to him having previous convictions on his record before the shoplifting charges, the judge was able to sentence him to 50 years to life. He stole $153 worth of movies from Kmart, and they said, you gonna go do 50 years. It cost $30,000+ to house him for 1 year. He stole $153, and you think he need to go do 50? He trying to steal movies. But this is what's so crazy. The third case comes from Washington State, and this is the one with her name is Sharice Cross, and she was sentenced in the year 2000. But the case began in 1997 with her first robbery. Now let me explain to you her robberies. Like, what did she do? The first robbery, she robbed a convenience store with a curling iron. So now a curling iron, the only how that iron gonna be hot is if you plug it in.
Plug it into something. Or have a long extension cord.
That would have been stuck in the dough.
Yeah.
That would have been stuck in the dough. You gotta She came in there with a curling iron under her coat, acting like she robbing the place with a gun. The whole time it was a curling iron. She got caught. She then tried to rob another store with a perfume bottle. Now, the perfume bottle fell out of her pocket and broke on the ground. She was arrested again. So she didn't get no cash that time. The first time she got $394. The second time when the perfume bottle broke, she got no cash. Now the third time, she didn't have a weapon at all, but she took $440 from a convenience store while she was high on crack. And then she was arrested. Now, under the 3 strikes laws, she was sentenced to life in prison for a total of $834. $834? Didn't they just send these checks out $1,200, $1,400, $600? And she had to go do life for $834. She couldn't even survive in those, in that environment. She only survived for 8 years. And what I did the math. So I said, let's say she only stayed in there for 50 years, and I didn't even use the right now numbers. I even lowered it from 30,000. I said, let's just say she stayed in there for 50 years at 20,000 a year. That's $1 million that we got to spend taxpayers' money on for her stealing $834. Where is the accountant for them? Because that don't add up. That don't make no sense. That we willing to give out $1 million for $834. Like that don't make no sense. And another thing is, what actually happens is the older the prisoners get, it costs more to house them because now they got sicknesses, they need medication, they need to go to the doctor. All these issues start to happen with them. So now they cost the taxpayers even more dollars. But they comfortable with 3 hot meals and a cot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so when you really start to break this down, it's like this what got me on this path to like really like, oh wait, hold on. This don't make no sense. Like,
Mm-mm.
make this make sense that somebody stole $834 and you wanted to decide to give them life in prison.
Mm-hmm.
You could have gave them a job and they could have made $834 in 2 weeks. You could
Mm-hmm.
have had them do community service to work off that $834 and they would have got that done maybe in a month. Or you could have even went further and asked, hey, are you a mom? Are you trying to feed your children? Is that why you committing these crimes? Or the drugs in the community basically got you whacked out in your brain? How about we get you some help? No, we taking you and sending you into jail. Now, if you go to the next slide, I'm gonna show you my comparison. So what I showed in this was I was comparing it to the criminal justice system. So these numbers is old. Majority of these numbers will be higher. So what I did was, because Miss Cross died after 8 years, for
Mm.
$30,000 for those 8 years, we spent $240,000 to house her for the $800 that she stole. And what I was suggesting is, rather than keep taking people from the community and study putting them in prison, why we won't leave them in the community and then just supervise them to make sure that they doing the right thing and everything. Supervising her for those same 8 years, because she was these weren't violent crimes.
Mm-hmm.
A curling iron, that's not violent. Now, if you got some naps on the back of your neck, I can imagine y'all girls got burnt when y'all was little. That probably was a little violent. But you trying to rob somebody with a curling iron, I don't see nothing wrong, really. That I don't understand that. The
Mm-hmm.
perfume bottle, it fell out her pocket and it broke. I can imagine if the glass, maybe that made it violent, but when she tried to
Mm-hmm.
rob, it was full. So it's like, what she's gonna do? Spray you? Like, she didn't have no lighter to spray you and put you on fire or nothing. She just tried to, I got it in my pocket, and the whole time it wasn't that. So I said, what if she was actually just supervised in the community for $4,000 a year? So we spent $240,000 to house her for the 8 years of her life that she did survive. We would have only spent $32,000 on her for those same 8 years if we just would have supervised her.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Ewan. He got 25 years to life. His
Uh-huh.
25 years, we spent $750,000 on him for 25 years, but we would have only
Uh-huh.
spent $100,000 if we would have supervised him.
Mm-hmm.
He's still in golf clubs. He trying to go
Mm-hmm.
golfing. He know that's where the golf, they making money playing golf.
Yeah. You trying to be the next Tiger Woods?
That's it. Then with Andre, 50 years to life at $30,000. We spent $1.5 million on him for 50 years for
Mm-hmm.
stealing Kmart movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's a movie budget.
Yeah. Real talk. You make a good B-rate movie with that money right there.
Right. But we would have housed him for 50
You know you got
years.
my wheels spinning right now. You know I got some questions for you, but the wheels are
Go
spinning
ahead.
right
I'm
now.
when I say I do this all day. Like,
Okay.
that's what.
Okay, let's do this. You want me to wait to the end of it? Because actually, let's do this because you might even answer this. Okay, you had the picture up there with Clinton and Biden back in you said the 80s and it went into the 90s when it got connected, right? Is that
Yeah.
correct? Okay, we all
Yeah.
know Professor Griff. He did a whole breakdown about how they changed gangster rap. I mean, say hip hop from conscious rap to gangster rap, and then the private prisons came in, and I'm starting to see a backstory here. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see a story before that story where
Yeah.
cats are like, okay, well, let's get these prisons up, and after that, we'll find a way to fill them up, and okay, let's do some laws to make them fill up much easier. Okay, am I connecting the dots properly?
I'm gonna connect the dots with the rap song. People need to literally go listen to Kanye West's new Slave song. It'll make
Mm,
so much sense when you
mm,
listen to this video. He
yeah.
told you in the video, the CCA, which is the people that's owning the private prisons and building them,
Mm-hmm.
teamed up with the DEA, which is
Oh wow.
the Drug Enforcement
Drug
Agency.
Enforcement Agency. Mm-hmm.
They trying to lock up. They trying to make new slaves. Why did he say that? If you read the 13th Amendment, we look at the 13th, the 13th Amendment, it abolished slavery. Stop. Go read it again. Now, let me tell you this. If I tell you, hey, brozo, you know what? You invited me over to your house. I ain't coming over your house unless you got chicken over there. If you ain't got chicken, what I'm going to do?
You ain't going to come over.
I ain't coming over, right? Okay.
No chicken, no
slavery and involuntary servitude is abolished unless you have been duly convicted of a crime. So if you've been convicted of a crime, what that make you?
Well, ward of the state, pretty much, right?
Pretty much a slave.
Yeah.
Involuntary servitude and slavery is abolished unless you have been duly convicted of a crime. So once you've been convicted of that crime, you a slave.
Yeah.
And now it's involuntary servitude. Now you wonder why they in jail for 10 cents an hour, 30 cents an hour. Yeah. So like you said, Professor Griff, he was connecting the dots. But it was a story
behind
before the story.
Yeah, before that. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that now. Yeah. So
like,
and so here's okay. So these people, oh, wait a minute. These people are paying $30,000 a pop, but most of these prisons are private prisons, right? So we're paying our tax money to private prisons.
Do you want me to blow your mind some more?
Yeah, go. I think the dots are connected, but go ahead.
Okay, so now this gonna blow your mind off your mind. I'm gonna keep just blowing it. The private prisons have contracts with the states. Some of these contracts state that the state must keep this prison filled at 90% or better capacity.
Oh my God.
Or the private prison gets to fine the state $1 million+.
Wow.
So you either gonna fill this up with prisoners or you gonna pay us because you ain't got enough prisoners in here.
So going back to what you were saying earlier, would you say widen the net, right? Widen the net. Isn't that the terminology you said, right?
Yeah.
So these jokers out here fishing with the biggest nets to bring as most money in, so they make more money, so they won't get fined any money. And not only that, they setting the whole game up so if you slip up, you gone.
Now you see why I set the whole All Gil Kingpins channel up. That channel is about nothing but confidential informants and explaining it to you.
Oh, wow.
So now, not only are they fishing, they got other fishermen out there in the neighborhoods to catch fish and throw them in there. Now, and I just had a conversation with my mother the other day. So shout out to my mother, TT2000. How you doing, Mom? I told her, I said, Mom, what the police in the neighborhood, what do they do? Oh, they protect and serve. That's what they say. I said, what do they do? They protect and serve. Who they protecting and serving then, Mom? Well, they come and get the bad people. You right, Mom. They come and get the bad people. I said, Mom, what if I told you that they hire bad people to go into those type of communities and commit crime? That's their job. Their job is to come to a bad neighborhood and commit crime. What if I told you that? What would you think? Do you still think they protect and serve? Wait, what? That don't even sound right. Why would they be supposedly catching criminals, but they hire criminals to go out there and commit crime? All Gil Kingpins, go check it out. When I say you think the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't want to go real deep into the rabbit hole. This rabbit hole so deep. I'm talking about so deep, and it's fascinating because once you see the writing on the wall, you
Mm-hmm.
understand.
Yeah.
And if you never get to it and you never understand it, it's like you never will understand it. And all of this is legal.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah.
thing where everybody got to understand. It's all legal. So
Mm-hmm.
if you do not study the law, you will not know. The law is the rules to the game. You
Mm-hmm.
play Monopoly, you shoot dice, you pitching pennies, you go to the boat, you do all this other game playing that you do all the time. You understand the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You watch basketball, you watch football. Oh, that's offsides. Oh, that's a foul. He
Mm-hmm.
hacking. No, wait, hold on, that's backcourt. You know all them rules.
Mm-hmm.
But the rules to this game,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time to study all that. It's too many books. That's too many books.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time to read all them books. These people got so many loopholes that they gonna loop you in every last one of them.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, you won't know. So I try to explain this to people. You must study the law. In order for you to win at the game,
Mm-hmm.
you have to understand the rules of the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand the law, you don't know the rules of the game that you playing. So you're bound to lose. And if you bound to lose, I mean, it's nothing that I can do. I'm having fun finding this out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's sad to see that. Wow, like it's still house ends and field ends.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Yeah.
we got the house ends getting hired out. They out there fishing.
Yeah.
They
They
getting the
hemming
field
them hemming
ends.
cats up. Yep.
Yeah.
You see that?
And I told you the beauty is the predisposed. So if you already been predisposed to this type of crime, you can't use the entrapment defense.
Mm-hmm.
So when your friend is the one that's setting you up,
Mm.
you just doing business with your friend. So you
Mm-hmm.
ain't getting trapped. You would have did this if your friend was really doing this.
So it's like you painting a picture for me. I see, Leroy on the stand, right? And in front of the judge, whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
the prosecuting attorney, and they're like, Leroy, isn't your uncle Jethro, Marcus and Solomon, ain't they all locked up for the same crime? Leroy's like, yeah. Then how could you say it was entrapment? Is that like what you talking about?
You sound just like the prosecutor. That's exactly what the prosecutor would say.
Yeah, that's
So now you see, like it's literally just really thinking. Like that wasn't
yeah,
hard for you to come up with. That
yeah,
was
yeah,
literally you
yeah,
just thinking logically.
yeah.
Like, hold on, like if you already knew that this was wrong, why
Yeah,
would you
exactly.
do
Why
it?
would you do it? Yeah.
Now you sitting there, what? Just give me the papers. I'll sign the deal.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just
yeah,
go.
yeah,
I'll just
yeah,
go ahead and
yeah.
go.
You got me.
Yeah. So it's like it's literally funny. Let me see. We can get off of this. We could just get like you can widen both of us up because now I'm gonna just freestyle and everything like because it's the criminal justice system and the legal system is so wide and it's so like intricate detail that people really don't understand. And I try to explain it to people to situations that they actually know. I'm like, so you understand that young black male, you look like a suspect all the time. So the police got this, oh, we got a suspect. The suspect has this
Mm-hmm.
on. He looks like this. You just came out the house. You just woke up. You just
Mm-hmm.
came out the house. Police call you. Hey, sir, stop. Come here. You keep walking. You lollygagging.
Mind
You
your
walking,
business.
whatever. The police get out the car, grab you from behind because you thinking that they not talking to you, but they
Mm-hmm.
talking to you. They touch you from behind, you yank away. What you
Mm-hmm.
doing? Hold
Mm-hmm.
on, what you doing? Now you just assaulted the
Saw the
officer. Now you
officer.
try to
Yeah.
take off running or trying to hold on, wait, what you? Now you resisting arrest. They get you all the way to the station. You wasn't even who we was looking for, bosh golly. But since you assaulted the officer and
Mm-hmm.
since you resisted arrest, oh, we got to keep you in here.
Mm-hmm. Happens every day, all the time.
All the time. So if you know that, why would you keep going for that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people don't really understand. And that's why I say, like, it'd be really sad to say that it's people that look like us in our community that's keeping the community down.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a very valid and true fact. And in all honesty, that's been going down pretty much from the beginning. Not just I ain't just talking about America. I'm talking about, historically. You know what I'm saying? Going back with the Moors, you always had, you know, cats that looked like us that had a mentality exact opposite of us. You know what I'm saying? Hemming us up all throughout the whole. Look, they say the first devil was black. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The first devil was black. So what you know what I'm saying? What you expect? Some individuals that look what they say. Some kinfolk ain't skinfolk. What some skinfolk ain't kinfolk,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And it's really like that. Like, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like these are people that like think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X
Mm-hmm.
wanted to help his people.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? It was an informant that looked
Yeah.
like him
Mm-hmm.
that helped.
Mm-hmm.
Medgar Evers,
Mm-hmm.
informant looked like him.
Yep.
Fred Hampton, it
Fred
was an
Hampton. Yep.
informant that looked like him. Martin Luther King.
Yep.
Come on now.
Yeah.
These
Exactly.
ain't little names. These
Yeah.
these is names. Like they been doing this
Mm-hmm.
because they understand. And I said this in one of my videos that I was editing is gonna come out on Duffalo to Sit Down in a minute. And I talked about the rapper ESTG. He said
Mm-hmm.
in one of his songs, let's see if you love your mans more than you love this 100 bands.
Mm.
You ain't got no dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You give me your man's address, you can have this 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Your man's getting all the girls, you ain't getting none. Everybody like him, you nobody.
You sit at home by yourself.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I could get rid of him and become the man.
2 for 1 special.
It's the selfishness that they play
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
understand that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it when I say it, and it just be heartbreaking to read a lot of these cases
Yeah.
and to understand that people view me like this. Like
Mm-hmm.
they view me like they like, man, look what your people out there just doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm doing it. Like
Mm-hmm.
look, I just come from that type of environment and I understand it. So
Mm-hmm.
for those in that environment that don't understand it, this is why I bring that information to them. It's not for the
Mm-hmm.
people that's my age. Pass these videos to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds so they can understand the game, so they can
Mm-hmm.
jump over all those obstacles and they
Obstacles.
won't
Yeah.
keep going through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I say the rabbit hole get deep,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you a theory that I got.
Okay.
So I already made a video on it and I'm working on a book right now. When I say mind blown, I gotta blow your
Mm-hmm.
mind again. I told you I gotta
Mm-hmm.
keep blowing your mind on top of your mind
Mm-hmm.
that's already blown. It's called the fed baby theory. I'm gonna use all facts. Even though it's a theory, I'm gonna use all facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we know it takes a man and a woman to have a baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a case where the feds hired a lady from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
She's a prostitute and a drug addict from Canada.
Okay.
They hired her to become the girlfriend of a drug dealer in America.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me?
Okay.
She played his girlfriend for 5+ months.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know we fellas. I mean, once you digging her, you might not slap a Jimmy on.
Mm-hmm.
She's hired to bring you down. You don't know this.
Mm.
If you was to get her pregnant and that relationship was to have lasted more than those 5 months and she was to have that baby, even though that's your baby and her baby, that's really a fed baby. Because you wouldn't have never met her, you wouldn't have never got her, you wouldn't have never been around her if they didn't send her to you.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just men that's informants, it's also women informants.
Mm-hmm.
People, like when I say And when you read the case, it's the U.S. versus Daryl Simpson, Darell Simpson, S
Mm-hmm.
like the Simpsons, Bart Simpson and stuff. Oh, my phone just died on IG. I'm what a charge. I'm gonna let it charge, and then I'll hop back on there in a hot second. But yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
like
Take
that
your time.
case, U.S. versus Simpson, and I believe it came out maybe between 2003, 2005 ish. All of these cases that I'm bringing up, you guys can go look them up. This is all public records. Her name was Denise Miller. So if you put, I don't know the ladies, but her name is in the case. So Denise Miller, and then put Daryl Simpson, Darell or Darell Simpson. Put that together in Google. The case should pop up for you. Have fun reading it. All I'm doing is telling you factual things that I'm discerning from cases. So I'm looking at this case and I'm saying, okay, if she was his girlfriend for this short stint, what would have happened if he would have impregnated her? Like, that's how I'm looking at it. Like, it's a
Mm-hmm.
chance that she could have got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So what would have happened? So it's like, that's why I came up with that theory. And it was like, man, imagine that this has happened before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I say the rabbit holes goes so deep, like it goes too deep, but
Yeah.
it's really fascinating and interesting to see how society is actually set up.
I always think about, I'm still thinking about that, what you were saying about widen the net, because I think about all of the different ways that are set up for us to get in the spider web, to get, hemmed up, to go, you know, food, you know, making us, you know, all sick, making people on TV all big and fat and stuff, and making that look like it's the right thing to do. And then on the flip side, you talk about how people are getting sick by certain viruses, and these people
Mm-hmm.
aren't able to do anything because they're so sick about the way that you told them sick is good looking to be. Now they're dying off. You
Mm-hmm.
got you got everything from lights, every aspect that you look at, literally, it's an all-on onslaught. You know what I'm saying? To of suppression. Mental suppression, physical suppression, spiritual suppression. It's like it's the job every day to suppress. You know what I mean? I think about that a lot. Yeah, I think about it a whole lot, man. I remember Bobby Hemmett was breaking it down. He was just like, "Yo, you got to realize that that's all they can do because they realize that their worst fear is that specific group of people are waking up and realize who they are and where they came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's deep, man, and that it
Like
just
the ISIS papers
yeah, yeah,
with
exactly.
Francis Cress Wilson,
Yep.
like she said, like you guys are not you're watching sports and you're thinking that this is what's going on.
Hmm.
You're not really understanding what's really going on.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think about that a lot, man. I think about watching boxing and sports, and you know what I'm saying. And of course, I grew up while playing sports, all that kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of stuff now, when I look at it a completely different perspective. You know what I mean? Like you just look
Yeah.
at a football game or basketball game, and you have mostly melanated people pretty much fighting against each other. You know,
Basically,
you
but
know,
look at it like
not
this.
unifying, but fighting against each other. Go ahead.
They making 200, 300, 400, 500 million,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't they got college degrees,
Uh-huh.
but they ain't really educated.
No.
They
Hell
got a
no.
whole team around them that's helping their finances 5, 10 years down the line, or when they retire, they figured out I got robbed for 200 million. I ain't even know it.
Mm. Yep.
How much of that money you think you put into the black community? Because
Exactly.
I understand your family was living how they was living. Like, how many NBA players we got, football
Mm-hmm.
players, baseball players, hockey players?
That's true.
You guys can build a city if you really want
Exactly.
to.
Exactly.
Why aren't you?
Hey, you know what's interesting? I know somebody that's worked in sports for a very long time on a high level, right? And they told me
Hmm.
specifically they would prefer all their athletes to marry outside of their race, specifically to marry outside of their race, you know, and they would like the dumber you are, the more they liked you because they control you. So go and piggyback on what you're saying, right? You got all this money,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? All this money coming in, and it's not going back to community. It's not going back to, it's literally getting filtered. Like, who's that one guy? People were like, they were giving him a real hard time. Russell Wilson,
Yeah.
because his first, I guess, girlfriend, whatever, she was, she was out there and she was really about that money. I think she ended up, from what I heard, she ended up cheating on him with like another football player. But a lot of these cats do that, man, and it's a system. You know what I'm saying? Like again, every
Yeah.
single angle, every angle.
But if you uneducated, you young, you don't
Hmm.
really know yourself, you don't
Exactly.
come from wealth, you don't come from money. This person
Hmm.
looks like they got everybody around you got
Hmm.
money, and they all
Hmm.
telling you if you want to make it in this game,
Exactly.
you gotta go get her.
Hmm.
That's what's gonna look good on your arm,
Hmm. Hmm.
her.
Yep. You're
And
right.
you start to think, you know what? You might be on to something.
Hmm.
So you get her. And
Everybody
now
else doing it.
all these doors start opening for you.
Exactly.
Right up until the point when she divorced you and take half.
Exactly. Until all the doors closed in. You know.
They close immediately now.
Uh huh. You know. It's deep, man.
So
I
it
think
was
about
it was
that.
a setup.
Yeah. Set up.
Like it, man. It's so crazy, and this is why I tell people, like when I told them, like in the last video, eat right, think right, be positive. You don't. If you do the actual study and you study the research, once your money get to a certain level,
Hmm.
you can't get no happier than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Once you got all your necessities met
Yeah.
and you got a
Hmm.
little more to take care of some of your wants and
Hmm.
all that, you can't get no happier. Look at why is these people worth millions, the billions, and they depressed,
Miserable. Miserable. You
miserable.
know, it, a lot of it has to do, especially in our community, because of not coming to this whole aspect with a European or Western mindset, as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
having because I saw this one post, I reposted it too, and it was like somebody said our ancestors were rich, they own land, they grown their own food, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so on, and people, they look. How could you, in your right mind, think of nothing but that being the greatest thing in the world right there? You know what I mean? As far as having as far as the construct of living, you got your own land, you got your own food.
Right.
What else do you need?
They,
You got your
they
family
took
out there
their
working with you.
perception,
Hmm.
they took their perception and just twisted it.
Twisted it. Hmm.
You ain't nobody unless you rocking this.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't
Exactly.
nobody unless you got this. So they took all of your assets
Hmm.
and made you focus on liabilities while
Hmm.
they take all your assets
Assets.
and
Yep.
never give them back to you.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
Like,
And and
like
and.
it
Hmm.
really fascinates me to see this stuff, especially like when I'm knowing, like I told you, like in my law school, from 1L to 3L, that's first year, second year, third year,
Hmm.
there are 5 Black American men in the
Hmm.
entire school. 5. That's it. There are not a lot of Black male attorneys, lawyers, like counsel, none of
Hmm.
that,
Hmm.
because they first off, you gotta jump 1,000 obstacles in the hood.
Obstacles.
You gotta
Yeah.
jump over bullets and all type of stuff.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you gotta jump over that, get the education. Hopefully you get the education. Hopefully
Hmm.
you able to actually stay focused enough to even get the education.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to get all the way to the level of law school, which is
Mm-hmm.
10, 20 times harder than that education that you just had to go through all type of stress to get over there.
Yeah, yeah.
So if your focus ain't there and you ain't like got your tunnel vision on,
Mm-hmm.
you're not making it on this level.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they not allowed. Like you, it's not even that they won't allow you to make the make it to this level. It's that your mind won't be set up to make it to this level. Look at all the information that I just showed you, and I can still
Mm-hmm.
have a smile on my face every day, all day, knowing when I step out my door, how many obstacles I got to jump over today,
Exactly.
and knowing the setups, knowing that this is going like that, knowing that this person like is really funny to me. Like it's funny and interesting, and that's how I look at it. Like wow, like people would really do this. Like what? Like if the Bible tells you to do unto others as you will have them do unto you, and everybody is a different expression of you, just expressing yourself in a different form.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you hurt somebody? Why would you take from somebody, and well, why would you take a man particularly
Mm-hmm.
from his family and his children, and that his family and his children starts to suffer for your family to just be ahead for 2 3 months because of
Mm-hmm.
your selfishness?
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie? I don't know if it's, I forgot what the name of it, but it's a movie where the dude is like got a little, his little half his face missing, and he bring everybody a button. All you gotta do is press this button. Somebody died. You don't know him, but you get $1 million.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember seeing that. Yeah. Was it the box? Or something? What's the
People,
name of it?
yeah, I did. That's exactly what it's called, the box.
Yeah.
They pressing the button.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they understand that the mentality of people these days is so low
Yeah.
that they can literally them to tell them anything and promise them anything, and they going for it.
They've.
So it's like
You,
the yeah.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like so the think about what we used to say. Yeah, this is a black neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have neighborhoods no more. We just got hoods. We dropped the neighbor because we don't mess with the neighbor. We
Mm-hmm.
ain't helping each other. Look, I got some butter. You got some bread.
Mm-hmm.
I got sugar. You got Kool-Aid. We not sharing stuff no more. Like we not helping each other to really survive. Like we really doing this all on our own, and we all failing.
Yeah. Again, I keep on saying because I think about that a lot of. I think about that. And there's a lot of places in Atlanta, you know, in which you have numerous and numerous. I would say hundreds, if not thousands,
Mhm.
of people of communities out there, and in which people are making bank. People look like me and you, man, making
Mhm.
bank. Man, a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Over and over again down there, and I just be thinking about like, where do we see any outlying aspects or situations in which these people are coming bringing a resource together for the benefit of the people that look like them. You know, and I do see some stuff with HBCUs and sometimes fraternities and
Mhm.
sororities, but that's a whole different conversation in that. But like, because you still shouldn't be in a fraternity or sorority to you know what I'm saying to be able to assist somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's still you know. But it's interesting to me though because it's like we've been groomed and conditioned this much. But I have to say, man, like in my personal opinion, it's like I'm starting to see people like you and I, this conversation happen a lot more
Mhm.
often than it than it
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
it has than it has for years. Like back in the '90s, when I used to, go to all my, them lectures and all this kind of stuff. I used to hear these cats talking. You know what I'm saying? I remember some of these people, man, Dr. Delbert Blair, Dr. York, all these individuals. Them people were
Mhm.
spitting knowledge now that it made it look like they goddamn time travelers because all the stuff they're spitting in is happening right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's amazing to me because these people, the new people getting this information, I was just like, yo, I heard that 20 something years ago. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
but my point in saying all that is that there is there is a resurgence and a reawakening because, like I said, this conversation that we're having, even on this level, I'm seeing it
Mm-hmm.
more. And I'm seeing a
Yeah.
resistance to the Western mindset, and a lot of people are trying to get back to their culture. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's you can't. What they say? What Bob Marley say? He said you can fool some people. Actually, it's Peter Tosh, but you can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool people all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
we,
Yeah.
it's a time in which we, you know, it, it, it we can only go so low. There has to be a
Right.
transition, you know what I'm saying, of individuals like
Mm-hmm.
you, for example. You know what I'm saying? That the people that put the puzzles together, the pieces of the puzzle together to inform the people. You know what I'm saying? On a
Yeah.
righteous level. You know what I'm saying? On a
Yeah.
righteous level,
Because
man.
I really want people to just understand that at the end of the day, everybody want to be happy.
Hmm.
If you want to be happy, stop putting your happiness into things.
Yeah, I agree.
You study putting your happiness into things when in reality, we are mammals and we get our happiness from our social
Yeah.
circle.
Hmm.
That's why they came up with social media because they
Hmm.
gave you a fake social circle that
Exactly.
you're addicted to now.
Hmm.
You don't want to put down because you're too far into it. When in
Hmm.
reality, when I used to hang with my friend, I ain't call him, I ain't text him,
You went
I
over.
walked to his house.
Yeah.
When I played the game with my friend, I could reach over and smack the controller out his hand if he was
Yeah.
winning too much.
Yeah. For real. That's real talk,
You,
man.
your friends, like it's like people waking up. A lot of people waking up.
Yeah, they are.
I just wish they give this knowledge to the youth.
Yeah.
The youth need this knowledge. Yeah, you 30, 40, whatever, you woke. You
Hmm.
need to go wake that 3 and 4 year old so they
Yeah.
already grow up, not sleep.
Hmm. I think it's an amazing thing when I talk to people and I see the the gap between specific, let's say, I know law, that's a whole different thing, but like the financial
Mhm.
gap in the knowledge financially when it comes to, you know, us melanated folks as opposed to, the people that, set the system up, some hundreds of years. I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna say, well, yeah, man,
Mhm.
if you're going to, if you're going back to Babylon and going down, you know what I'm saying, then you would be talking thousands of years. Um, but the gap, the information gap, you know what I'm saying, and it's sad now because the information is all out there for everybody to get. But just like you said earlier, we trying to, you know what I'm saying? Ah, boy, man,
You focus on the wrong thing.
yeah, because we got the wrong mindset, completely wrong mindset. You know what I mean? We got to get back
And
to
that's the
nature, man. Got to get back to nature.
yeah. Uh,
Got to get to
This was so
source of
crazy.
nature.
I was walking with my girl earlier. There's a trail like by my house. I was walking with my girl earlier, like all the berries on the tree then turn like nice and purple. So you know they
Mm-hmm.
nice and juicy.
You
I
can eat
pick
them.
some off, eat them, pick some off of her. She eat them. I'm like, all right, come on, let's walk. We can't take too much. You know, the animals gonna need some of those too. I said, how much
Yeah.
we just paid for them berries? She was like, free. I said, all this food out here, people don't even know.
Remember we talked about it? I think we talked about it last one. They talking about food
Yeah.
shortages, like, yeah, man. And it's just man, the simplicity of living. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But in actuality, whenever you have a ruling factor, that mindset is not connected to source, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you have this false vision of what life really is as the norm or your reality. And you
Mm-hmm.
look like a crazy person if you say, "No, I'm cool, man. I don't need none of that. I'm good." You know,
Like that
nothing.
and that's what's so crazy that
Hmm.
the actual sane people
Hmm.
are looked at as insane, and the insane think they sane.
Yeah.
Like if you a 35-year-old man or woman,
Mm-hmm.
why you need to put your whole life for everybody to see
I
every
know.
moment?
I think about that too. I think about that
Like,
too.
have your social media be in the in crowd, but they
Mm-hmm.
need to see every moment.
Yeah.
People is
Yeah.
going live right after they got shot. They try to kill me, y'all. Look, I'm
I know.
bleeding.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the hospital, bro. Bro, go make sure
Go
they ain't
what?
coming back. They might be on your live.
Following
They
you.
might be on your live. You sure like
You
you
put it
need to
out
go
there,
to the
didn't you?
hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like look,
Man, I think
and
about
it's
that all
like
the time, man.
wow.
I think about that all the
And
time,
they just
man.
say they tell us, oh, you just don't understand this generation. The internet was made for us. Yeah, just like the metaverse made for y'all too. So when
Yeah.
they take all these jobs and these robots come and y'all go to the metaverse and y'all got to work on the internet, y'all already gonna be conditioned to go in there
Exactly.
because that's what
Exactly.
y'all on anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It like it's really fascinating, and like I said, like I want to go. That's how I want to go in history as well. 20 years down the line, I'm already what 50 in my 50s, 53, going on 54, and people like, man, you said this 20 years ago.
Exactly.
And ain't nobody listened 20 years
Yeah.
ago. And now look,
Uh,
they should have been listening 20
yeah.
years ago.
20 years ago. Yep. Yep. You
Yeah.
you did you want to finish up the slides or?
Oh no, the last two slides are just basically talking about like how
Oh, okay. I got you. I see.
10,000 people was in is incarcerated and as like basically due to the three strikes laws, and then they got the Proposition 57 that end up passing in California because California has the strictest three strikes laws, and they
Mm-hmm.
just basically passed it to where those people that are not committing violent crimes, they
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be getting in so much trouble. So they basically like end up like talking about that in their thing. So it wasn't like
Mm.
super a lot, but that's still important for people to know that that proposition did pass.
Yeah.
So that's why I put it on the slide and everything. Like it's interesting. Like, and people don't. I be trying to have conversations with people, and like even like my girl father, he has a PhD in engineering, and her
Mm-hmm.
sister graduated from law school. Every time I go over their house, they have a different conversation with me that's totally about something else.
Mm-hmm.
And they sit there and really look at me like, how do you know all this?
Mm-hmm.
I like to read and
Yeah.
I like to think. So if I'm reading and I'm thinking and I'm figuring, that's why I know what I know.
Yeah.
They like, but
Exactly.
you know so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the crazy thing is people not trying to hear it though, because
Yeah.
if you say anything that makes them feel a certain way, then they brain automatically shut down, body shut down, everything
Yeah.
shut down. They don't want to hear you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't even want to see you. But why is it okay for you to keep on being around a person that's trying to hurt you
Mm-hmm.
purposely,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to be around a person that's just hurting your feelings because they telling you the truth?
It's
But they
it's
they
like
trying
the
to help you.
mm-hmm. It's like the ultimate extreme. Like, I keep on saying that the Matrix is such a good analogy, that movie. Like it's the ultimate extreme of what we've been talking about. Like somebody literally about to go into this metaverse, this fake reality, and make that a part of
Mm-hmm.
them real life, as opposed to somebody, you know, and that being the norm, and then
Yeah.
somebody rejecting every aspect of that. You know what I'm saying? And you look like you said you look like you're the crazy person to literally just connecting. That's the like the battle, the soul of like humanity right now. You know what I mean? Like literally.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are connecting back to source as the people that are being that are what's that word? Elon Musk be talking about transhumanism. You know what I'm saying? When people trying to
Yeah.
become
Oh.
yeah connected to robots, and how you're gonna have soon you're gonna have, well, they already have it, but you have your chip in your hand and you can go to a convenience store, press it, and or you can have your telephone in your hand, and you're looking at it in your telephone. It's an
It's the new cool
interesting.
thing. That's how
Yeah,
everybody. As long as they make it cool,
yeah.
everybody would want to do it
Want to
because
do it?
it's
Yeah.
cool. And it's like
Whew.
so it's cool. Your mama always told you if you keep following people, if they all go jumped off a bridge, you gonna jump off a bridge with them? No, I ain't gonna jump off the bridge. Well, that's what people. You
Yeah.
just jumping off the bridge because you study
Yeah.
following them and you following them down the wrong path. You might
Yeah.
as well just jump off the bridge.
Unplug, man. I'm gonna tell everybody,
Yeah.
and I keep on telling people, unplug from all of this. Unplug. And
Just give yourself a break.
one key thing that he said that's very important, very simply, is read. And read. Read some. Read information. That's all my information. Marlon, real talk. Almost every single sentence I've read in my life that was important and tangible in my reality of elevating wasn't remotely close to any book that I was given to. I had to dig deep. I'm talking about, when I'm talking about, like, in the 90s, you couldn't go to the internet. You know what I'm saying? you had to,
Right.
you had to
Right.
get books and
Yeah.
read. You know what I'm saying? You had to go
Yeah.
to, what do they call that thing? Microfilms. You had to research. You know what I'm saying? People just gotta, the truth is out there, man. But it's just buried so deep, man. And a lot of it's the good stuff is also been taken away and hidden from us, literally. But well, yeah, bro. Another
They don't understand how good they have it. Like
yeah,
like me, when I
yeah,
first started doing my research, I was reading encyclopedias. You
yeah,
gotta that wasn't on the internet. You had to
yeah.
go physically to the
Yep,
library, open it, and engage with the book. You
yep.
guys
You're
on your
right.
phone all day. You
Hmm.
have access to everything you need, and you just won't read. Even to save
What?
your life, you won't read.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But the good book says, well, you got 7 billion on the planet, and it says, the good book says you need about 144,000 folks you know, to make some changes, man. And that I believe that so wholeheartedly because I I make all this information, bringing good brothers like you for you know that ratio gap. That
Mhm.
small percentage that is looking for somebody like you to spark their interest to read more. You know what I mean? Or this
Yeah.
content that we put up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I was. That's how I got reached. I'm telling you that straight up. You know what I'm saying? So we each one teach one is that don't we can't make that a cliche. That's literally how it is. You know what I'm saying? We just got to keep on the ones that
Yeah.
get it and want it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna get 144,000 out of 7 billion, man. That's not a lot of people. So we can't save the
Mm-mm.
world, but we can save and we can inform the ones that want the information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My my
I mean,
eye
it's
my
out there.
eye
Like one.
yeah.
No, like it's I don't know if you felt the same thing. Like once I started going down this path, it's like the
Mhm.
information started coming to me.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Yeah,
I didn't have to look too fast and too far. Like I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna just keep consuming. So it's
yeah.
like when they get ready and they
Yeah.
really open up their brain, their third eye
Mhm.
and all that,
Mhm.
they gonna run into this podcast and gonna be up all night.
Yeah. The my the sometimes it's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you're younger. Um, realizing that your idealism is turned to realism. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying. But then it actually becomes more, realistic about what you can do, what you can achieve. You know what I mean? On
Right.
starting with self and projecting it out to others. You know what I mean? You know. So, again, brother, I appreciate all this. You got any other part words? You got any other projects? I mean, please give shout out to your again your podcast your show you have and everything else. Give that information. And I already put his cash out there. Please support. Support hit this brother. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And support the
Definitely help me. I'm trying to get through law school, y'all. I gotta
yeah
y'all know I gotta
support
pay for it. Y'all know I gotta pay for it. I'm giving up this
support the
type of
brother.
info. Y'all know I gotta pay for it. What?
Yeah, man.
So it's like
Support the
no,
brother,
no,
man.
but Duffalo to sit down. I just break down a lot of different articles, what's going on in the world, and I understand how to discern legalese and what's in between the lines. So I just kind of like show you guys and talk to you guys about what they really saying in between those lines. All Gale Kingpins, the entire channel is nothing about confidential informants. It's just explaining to you the legal terms and the legalese behind it, so you guys can understand that this we live in an adversarial system. The system is set up for a defense side and for a prosecutorial side, for them to be adverse of each other. So you have the criminals and then you have the quote unquote good guys. But a lot of times the criminals may be doing a crime to feed their family, and the good guys may be trying to take from the family of the quote unquote criminals. So you just have to understand how to balance it all. That's how I look at it. I
Yeah.
just keep it balanced. I understand there's good. I understand there's evil. Sometimes you got to be good. Sometimes you may got to be evil to be good. You just got to keep yourself balanced and understand what's going on. The more information you have and you understand, you actually are being aware of what's going on. And that's what I do with Duffalo to sit down. I just make you guys aware of things that you may not even be aware of.
Well,
That's it.
I'm gonna say this, man, because you the man to talk to on this as well. All right, please, crypto, crypto, crypto. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? Crypto, crypto, crypto. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting at the gym. Me and my mate sitting at the gym on the treadmill doing our warm up. Red flags everywhere. Bitcoin's going to
Man, yeah,
21,000. You know, and I know you
it's
got to 411, man. So I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to let my man Marlon break this down because y'all got to listen to this.
see, look, the only thing right now what a lot of people don't understand is like, and I try to stay away from it on my channel because like I keep telling people I can't give out like financial advice and all that.
Hmm.
Crypto is literally in a, and people not understanding that you probably gotta wait a little longer and then you might want to buy in. I understand a lot of people think, oh, it's in the red. If you hear the information that I'm saying, imagine the
Hmm.
information I ain't saying.
Yeah.
You got to
Hmm.
think. If you hear what I am saying, you got to imagine what I'm not saying. So I'm telling you, like, the future is digital. Go
Hmm.
on Duffalo to sit down and just literally watch the New World Monetary Order. I
Hmm.
talk about the digital future in that video. I literally show you
Hmm.
that Russia, China, and the US are in a race to see who's gonna have the world's digital currency.
Hmm.
Jamaica just passed the first CBDC and made
Hmm.
it legal tender. They the first country to do that.
Mm.
Uganda just found 32 trillion
30
worth of
trillion.
gold.
Yeah, I know. I saw that,
Yeah,
man.
y'all sitting at y'all watching y'all phones. Y'all better pull up the right things on them
I
phones
saw
because
that. I
the world
oof,
getting ready to change.
I saw that, bro. And
Think about
the first time I saw that in Uganda, you know what I'm saying? And I saw that, and I'm thinking about what was that book that guy wrote? The Diary of the what was it? The one that he was the guy that wrote the book about going in and destabilizing all the countries when they were I can't remember the title of it. He would literally talk about how, let's say, for example, Haiti has a bunch of
all
resources.
the hitman, the
Yeah,
what
the
is it
Hitman
called?
joint. Yeah, Hitman of I can't remember the title of it right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Do
but
you
I know
remember the
it's
title?
called like the economic hitman, I think.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that's what it is. So I'm sitting there looking at this Uganda. I saw the whole thing on Utah too. And we got to keep it real, bro. We already know how this world works. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at these folks
Mm-hmm.
from Uganda, knowing they got all this thing, and I'm thinking about all the cats at top, licking their chops, like, Yeah, that's ours. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but I think it's a reality from what I've seen. Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
find out which way we going to just go ahead. Yeah, yeah, we'll go ahead and take that off your hands. You know what I'm saying? And
They all hopped on their private jets.
man, shoot, I saw one dude in the picture. You know what I'm saying? White dude. He was sitting there. While the president there, people clapping and stuff. He's sitting there with his hands crossed, like, okay, all right, let's see. You know what I'm saying? Let me. You know what I'm saying? But
And this was so crazy. If I'm not mistaken, like I want to say like 4, maybe 5-ish months ago, it was on World Star to where it was a big hill that opened up and it was full of gold, and all the Africans was like putting it in their clothes and running with it, but nobody never said where it was.
there was,
So
yeah.
now I don't know if that was Uganda and that was,
Mm-hmm.
they had already got so much of it, and then they came out and said, hey, this is what we found, or if it's another country in Africa that also found a lot of
Found
gold
a lot
and
of
they
gold.
not saying
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So hey, it man,
I mean, but on
Africa,
the flip side, man, I'm telling you, man, the way things are going, and it's the way the world is, man. We could, even with the norm that we might even think that would happen, we could see something unprecedented coming out of this. You know what I'm saying? Because you already see how Gaddafi was trying to link things together back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They leg dropped him off the top ropes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like, you know what I'm saying? So like, but
He said
you
they
know,
leg dropped him off the top ropes.
man, off the top ropes, man. he got it. He got it hard, man. God dang. But if they wouldn't have done that, imagine what the plan, what he had set up would have done. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because realistically speaking, something like this, what's the difference?
Hmm. Yeah. But see, look, that's the thing.
Mm,
If you look and you study the financials of the other countries rather than just looking at our GDP,
yeah.
China has been stockpiling gold and
Uh-huh.
Russia has been
Yeah.
stockpiling gold.
Hmm.
So what they both trying to do is work on their digital currency that's backed by gold.
Yeah, exactly.
So they
Exactly.
doing the same thing that Gaddafi did. Only thing
Yeah.
is Gaddafi was a little country.
Yeah, exactly.
These two
These
big
jokers
boys.
big. They big
Yeah.
powerhouses.
And they working together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
It's
now
I
it's
mean,
it's
it
it's,
still
it's,
could
it's
be a game changer,
interesting.
man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be a game changer because, you know, I just have to keep an eye on that situation because that could truly, with the right mindset and the right backing, that could change a lot of things, man. It really could.
Yeah.
We could be just,
Serious.
yeah, people don't understand how you know because that's it. How much they say it was worth? Like 100, it's like some ridiculous amount, like 130 something $1 trillion or something like that, isn't it?
It was like I think like they said like 35 trillion. But if
Oh,
they saying
35 trillion.
35
Okay.
trillion, it might be way more than
Way
that
more than
because
that. Yeah.
they just approximately how
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
how much that is.
How deep it is. Yeah.
Right. Cause you just looking at it like, oh well, all the gadgets tell us that it's that man, them gadgets ain't weighing that. They not
Yeah.
weighing it. They
Yeah.
just telling you
Yeah.
that it look like it's all right here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
boy, come on now. Like now, think about this. One, who was the mining company that
Hmm.
found that?
Exactly. Exactly.
Two, who owned the
Owns the
land?
land. Yeah.
Where that was found? And three, is they still alive?
Woo.
Cause you see my man's that had the TV without plugging it up and the car without the gas, and
Yep. Poisoned out. Yep. I saw that too.
he getting busy over there.
Yeah. Did he ever make? Is he? Did he make it out, or did he? Did he?
I have no clue. I know he was in the hospital.
Yeah.
They said they
Yeah. I
tried to
know.
poison him.
Yeah. And then the other guy with the shooting, they said he was doing that. They shot him up. Everybody's getting all Tesla'd up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The original
Yeah.
Tesla'd up, not the
Right.
Elon Musk, the original Nikola Tesla'd up. You know what I'm saying? All these great
Right.
inventions, all this stuff, and then you in a hotel, all your work's taken away from it, and you end up dead. You know what I'm saying?
How crazy is that? Like you name this car Tesla, and
Mm-hmm.
most people don't even know
Know who it
that
is, yeah.
you got somebody else's last name on your
Mm-hmm.
card.
On
And
your
this
card, yep.
man literally created. He showed you that the Earth is giving off
Mm-hmm.
free energy.
Mm-hmm.
He showed you this so many years ago,
Yep.
and he died broke though. Like
Bro, yep.
how he died broke
Mm-hmm.
when he figured all this out. Like, come on, like
That, hey man,
the
but
game's so rigged.
that goes exactly goes exactly with what we were saying earlier. Because Edison and them cats and boys were backing him. They about that dollar. They about, they about all that. And Tesla talk about all this stuff. Oh, you sound like a space cadet. But everything he was saying made
Mm-hmm.
perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
you're listening to him and being connected to source, you know.
yeah.
And Edison's like, oh, bump all that. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh God, man.
They gotta give you the medication, not the cure.
Mm-hmm.
They make money off the medication, not the
Not
cure.
the
No, we
cure.
need to
Yep.
keep you sick. We
Mm-hmm.
can't we can't make you unsick and then you
Mm-hmm.
never get sick.
Mm-hmm.
No, we ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah. Exactly. You're
Tesla
right.
telling you, boy, the earth is giving off
I know,
free
man.
energy. Everybody can get it.
I ain't gonna front, man. I saw
You think?
one of those mini remakes they did on his movie. I damn near cried, man, for numerous reasons, man. How he got leg dropped off the top ropes, but also
Yeah,
how sincere he was as the way they presented him. How sincere he was about bringing all this technology to the people. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
And then it's so
Amazing, man.
crazy.
Yeah.
All he did was he was intelligent enough to discern what the Egyptians already did
Already know. Yeah.
20,000 years ago.
Exactly. Exactly. And he said that too. You know what I'm saying? He said that. He said they even old boy, what's his name? Edward Lee Scallon, the guy down at the Coral Castle down in Florida, that's making the
Yeah.
castles. And then, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? They said the same thing. He's like, how you did all this? These big giant limestone things, tons bricks. He's like, yo, I just tapped some information that the Egyptians had back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Nothing new under the sun, bro. You know?
Nothing.
That's why we
Nothing.
know. That's why we also know about these cycles and the people waking up and getting back,
Hmm.
to source. You know what I mean? And that's what we're looking at right now. That's what we're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Literally, that's what we're looking at. Man, I hope.
People better people better start going outside and plot that free food out there. Cause
Man.
when these food shortages happen, oh my God. Like where I live at in Iowa, next year,
Hmm.
they opening up 3 new prisons. Now, like you
Dang.
said earlier, they not gonna open up no prison just to open it up. They plan on
Yeah.
putting people in there.
Yeah. Hmm. 3 new
I'm just
prisons,
like,
man.
man, like I just wish the people can really just wholeheartedly just stop and just really think like, man, like you can figure this out.
Yeah.
Play the game. You
Hmm.
study trying to go against the game, and when you go against the game, that's why they keep throwing you on the chain game.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see how they play?
Hmm.
They control everything and
Hmm.
they don't own nothing.
Yeah. Or get out of the game.
Simple.
Yeah.
I don't want to play that. Nope. I'm
It's
not doing that.
interesting.
Nope.
It's exactly. It's interesting that we even talk about Tesla because you you know you look at Tesla now. What Tesla has the what's that thing he has on the side of the house? The solar core. Was it solar cell?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Okay, so you got
Yeah.
a house. Throw that bad boy on the side. You got your solar panels up, whatever the case may be. Bam. They got ways in which you can um, switch out water from wells, whatever the case may be, purified, whatever the case may be. You got that. Of course you can grow your own food. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
when they say get off the grid, you know what I'm saying? The grid what's the
Hmm.
grid that they talking? What grid are they talking about? Because guess what?
The electrical grid.
And I'm about to say, everything I just described, in which you always hear what that you've been hearing that a lot about. Oh, this summer the grid's going down, all stuff like that. All right, cool. You could. It's only going to affect you if you're a part of that grid.
Right.
It's only going to affect you with food shortages if your mindset is in a position in which you got to go. I don't know if y'all got Kroger's out in Iowa. What's y'all main shop out there? What's y'all main shop out?
Walmart.
Walmart? Okay.
Walmart.
All right. Okay. If your mindset is attached to Walmart, you know what I'm saying, being able to get, you know, some sustainability, not realizing all you got to do is go down the daggone street. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like you said earlier, on a path, eating juices and berries. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Man, shoot, man. The jig is up, bro.
It's
The jig is up. I'm
man,
sorry.
it's
The jig is up. The
they
jig is up.
I the people don't, they have to want it. Like they literally have to want it. And it's like
Yeah.
if
The,
they don't have it in their heart, the creator is not gonna send them vibrations to
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly. I
this
agree.
this this was so crazy. This same
I agree.
path that I'm talking about, it was two berry trees that I used to eat from years ago. But
Hmm.
this storm came, knocked all the trees down. So they came and
Hmm.
cut all the trees down. So I've been
Hmm.
walking on the path like, man, it ain't no berries over here.
Hmm.
Some told me like, come right here.
Hmm.
I said, they just grew this tree right here. Like them two trees got cut down, no berries over there. Now here go
Hmm.
two brand new ones.
Hmm. Yeah, man.
My girl, like,
The roots
where
go
the
deep,
berries come
man.
from?
Yeah, the roots go deep.
Yeah, because they cut that tree down. The roots just said, look, we're gonna just
Yeah.
grow over there.
And them seeds, boy, them seeds, they gonna spread. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're made for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
People don't know this.
yeah, I mean, everything in our conversation today, literally, in a lot of ways, should be seen as a blueprint to navigate through this nonsense that we know is going to get even crazier. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. It's
Have you?
you just got. Hmm?
I was gonna ask you. Have you seen that gas hit $10 in Cali?
Are you serious? I did not see that. That's last I heard it was seven. I was just talking about it today, but I heard it was ten. Yeah, $10.
$10.
And then people with them Teslas laughing. And
Laughing.
what's that other car? The is it the Prius? The other
Yeah, the Prius,
little
boy, they
yeah
get a
yeah
lot of miles on their
man
gallon.
shoot man. You know what I'm saying?
And
Just
this
a
is so crazy. People need to research this.
hmm
Research 2022, whatever city you in,
hmm
rolling blackouts. Because even where I'm at in Iowa, I read the article. They literally said over the summer they're gonna have rolling black. Why
yeah.
is
I've seen
y'all
that. I've seen that.
like? Why would y'all do that? What y'all doing? What y'all testing?
They said it. They said it's already happened in Australia. I saw that. They said it's already like certain places in it's crazy because it seems like Australia. Australia is the spot and where all this agendafied stuff is going down. It's like that's the beta spot over there. Maybe it's because it's so far away. I don't know,
Mhm.
but that's what they're saying right now that it's already happening over there with the grid stuff just dropping, being down for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be
Mm,
hot girl summer in the dark,
I know, boy. Better not get too much ice cream. We melting.
man. Or meat either. Like you
Meat,
got
yeah,
all
meat.
that meat. Oh my god, your deep freezer is gonna be
Deep
full of
freezer meat.
just dead flesh
Woo!
and maggots.
Man, you better learn how to be able to cook that food outside like on the remember the back of the, remember the back in the day them old Tarzan movie that the black people taking people and spinning
Mhm.
them around cooking them like that. You better learn how
They better
to
start doing
cook
all that.
right. Oh
Cause
man.
that we actually had to do that during the storm. Like a lot of
Hmm.
people, like when the lights was out in the city where I live in for probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So everything in everybody's refrigerator, like we just barbecued it. It was
Yeah,
nothing else we could do.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we
that
gotta
happened.
barbecue this stuff.
That happened down when that I think it was a flood happened down in Florida and Georgia. some years ago. Like Publix, they were just giving stuff away. The stores down there, they were just giving stuff away because the electricity off for so long. They were just like, "Yeah, just take it."
Right? What y'all gonna do? Sell spoiled food?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure the insurance, they make some a lot of money off the insurance off that.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like, there's always always something, right? I think about it all the time, like when like big corporations, like you know something bad happens to them, they're like, "Oh man, that must suck for them." Like, nah, they're making money off that some way. Believe me. What do you
They
think?
ain't
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
lose.
yeah. You don't think they thought about that before? Good gracious. Oof, man. I think this whole conversation cracked a whole new groove in my head, man. You know what I'm saying?
I told you, you gotta let me blow it. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
like when I
man.
say it, I just sit in the back of the class, just be like, I just came, but like that's legal.
Yeah,
It's the law.
yeah, yeah. I can see that.
Wow, like this is really the law. Like what do you think you're studying?
Hmm.
Um, this is. I mean, do
Yeah.
anybody think about the consequences or the ramifications of these words that you write? That people just have to follow this stuff.
Hmm.
Like, do anybody think about that?
Hmm.
It does not pertain or affect me. I don't care what I write. That's how
Hmm.
they look at it.
Yeah.
If you think that they following the laws that they write, he who makes the rules break the rules.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I
So
be
it's like
tripping, man. I be tripping. I be tripping all the time, man. Like when people, they be talking about like, oh, Donald Trump bankrupt, got bankrupt so many times, and he's a terrible businessman, and all these different things, and oh, they said his taxes and stuff. So I was like, listen, anybody that's smart enough to even have the mindset that knowing there's loopholes everywhere, they ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying?
he ain't
It's
stupid.
exact opposite. These jokers are these jokers hire individuals that know what the loopholes are. You know what I'm saying? And just go that route.
They play the
That ain't stupid.
game. That's why he
Yeah,
told Hillary
exactly.
Clinton that. He don't pay. It's because I'm smart.
Yeah,
It's all he literally told her that. I
yeah,
don't pay taxes because I'm smart.
exactly. Why would you? Yep. Hmm.
Man, people don't understand the only tax guarantee, and this from my research, not financial advice, not legal advice, just from my research, my opinion. You can't get around state tax.
Hmm.
So I ain't even got to finish the ideal if I should automatically know.
Yeah.
And that's literally it. Like people gotta really just understand, like pick the if you don't want to pick no book up because it might be too heavy for you, just go online. Go
Yeah.
online and find the statute, find the
Hmm.
acts, look up the legislation. Like all this stuff is out here for you to find. If you don't want to find it, stop complaining.
Yeah. I know. I know. I think about that time. I think
Like that's
I be
it.
yeah. I be thinking about that about politics like too. Like because I agree. Like on a local level, you know, just like you talking about, like state or different level. But when it comes to politics, on local levels, you can make some impact. But boy, oh
Mm-hmm.
boy, once you get to that point in which these lobbyists kick in, these cats and these corporations come in and come out to these individuals and just snatch them up. It's done after that. And those people are connected to the people that make the real, the real decisions. You know what I mean? It's like, everything else is a charade, man. I be tripping. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I be tripping because people say like, oh, Joe Biden did all this and Joe Biden did all that. And I'm just like, wait a minute, whoa, whoa. And I can even say the same thing about Obama. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know how much I can say about Trump because Trump was like doing stuff like, going completely against the stream, getting people out the WHO, all these different things. I was like, good gracious, what's he doing? But Biden, I heard him say something like, "Oh, I can't say no more because I'll get in trouble." You know, I think Jimmy Kimmel, Obama was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and he asked him something about aliens. He's like, "Well, they won't let me talk about that." I was like, "Okay, so who's the they? Who's the they?"
If you
You
the
know what I mean?
president,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Am I missing something? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know that, that's what do you call it? Soap opera. No, no, WWE wrestling. That's what it is.
basically.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
you the president, you supposed to be the commander in chief of
Hmm.
everything, and you know
Hmm.
they said I can't do that.
I can't do that. I also
Wait,
can't do that.
so who above you? If you the
Yeah,
president, who above?
yeah.
Oh, you ain't the owner. That means
So,
you got an owner.
well, we already know America's a corporation, so yeah. Who's the big CEO,
Yeah,
right? Who is the who? You know, yeah. Let me see a press conference with the real cats that run all this. Let's see them sitting down, see
right.
those faces. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you ain't gonna see them faces at
Yeah,
all. No,
hell
mm,
nah, nah,
mm-mm.
nah, 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 not
They
even
ain't on
close.
social media. They ain't gonna be in the media. No newspaper. They
They
ain't.
be
You ain't gonna see them. None of that.
they be meeting up in those like them Tom Cruise movies like Mission Impossible, like on some giant castle in Switzerland.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When you gotta,
they all the way out the way.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shoot, I don't know, man. As the Honorable Anthony Montana said, AKA Scarface, every dog has their day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Every dog has their day. You know what I'm saying? Every dog has their day. So, anything else, brother?
Not at this moment. We gotta save it for the next one.
Yeah, that's it, man. We're gonna, I'm gonna have
I
to.
get I drop some big bombs and some deep knowledge for people to really know. Like, man, this stuff is really going on. Like, this stuff is in your laws. This stuff is out here. I'm just making you aware of it. So it's already public knowledge anyway. So it ain't like I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing. It's just that I go actually look into it and I'm just showing you and trying to push it in your face and say, hey, you go look at this, and then you also go look and see what you get from it. So it's like I
Mhm.
really want people to seriously like take at least like 30, 40 minutes to an hour a day and just research something that you don't know. If you can scroll on your phone all day on your phone for 3, 4, 5 hours, why won't you literally take an hour to seriously go learn something that you do not know? And imagine if it's a group of y'all, everybody go learn something different and then bring it to each other to help each other out to pass the information faster. That's what makes the internet so dangerous, that if you get into a group, the information can get passed out way quicker.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
it's like I really just want people to get the information and just understand why it says you can go on a pursuit of happiness,
Exactly.
and understand that happiness does not derive from the things on your body. The
Mhm.
rich buy assets to pay for their liabilities.
Mhm.
We in our environment buy liabilities, no assets.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's why we losing. The
Mhm.
difference between the rich and the poor is information. That's
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
That
I agree.
they got to go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
got to put their
And
one leg in first.
mhm.
Like, they got to change their clothes. They got to take showers. They got
Mhm.
to eat. They got to do everything what you do.
And another interesting point on top of that is that on this third dimension, in reality, they have something that they don't have something, and they wish they had two things really. They wish they had it connected to source. Exactly. You know, they have and know the importance of melanin. Y'all people don't be sleeping on melanin. They already said they put it in microchips. They put it
Mm-hmm.
they put on a space suits. You know what I'm saying? They saying that, melanated people are worth like millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you be able to take a melanated person and make a bond off them if they worth that much money, right?
Uh,
You
so
know what
that's
I'm
why they don't
saying?
mind the youth killing each other.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and yeah, go ahead and give me that those organs, you know what I'm saying? Let's do that with it, that
Hmm.
skin. Yeah, 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 okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not a it's again, it's an illusion, it's a farce. The gap, this everything that's set up with this, like you just said, the separation of the have and the have
Hmm.
nots. But
Hmm.
I always like saying these quotes, but like they say, what the meek will inherit the earth, right?
Right. Was
You know what I'm
people just
saying?
need to just get understand nature. Like
Yeah.
you wonder why the deers like you they be gone, the lizards be gone, the squirrels, like all these animals be gone. Why you think they be leaving the area before something happen?
They already know.
They already know. They are connected.
Hmm.
You not connected. They
Not
connected.
connected.
You not connected. So it's
You
like
too busy
you
looking
don't get
down.
those same vibrations,
You too
huh?
busy looking down at your phone.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
You too busy being a jerk. You know what I'm saying? You know.
It just be worthless at the end of the day. Like how you literally just watch it and it's really nothing that you can do because that person has their own willpower. They have to
Mhm.
want to change.
Yeah.
They have to want themselves to be in a better position. You
Hmm.
can want all day. If they don't want it,
I
it's not gonna be nothing to move.
I think about that a lot, and that's another reason why I was like I was saying earlier, in which I had to you had to realize that people are all on their own mission in this existence that you're sharing with them. Everybody ain't supposed to get it. You know what I'm saying? And they're not. You know what I'm saying? We're just some of us are just privy and fortunate enough to have this type of knowledge. If we can internalize it, make us better, and share it. But it's not for everybody. I had to learn. I had to. Yeah. I remember back in the day, boy. Woo. When I used to first get that information, boy. Especially I was like, younger, and I used to get information from Dr. York. I'd be reading that. I'd be, you know, killing people with information. You know what I'm saying? But I had a complete ego. You're young,
Right.
you're prideful, your ego. Yeah, man. You regurgitate, but not. And now I'm realizing, you know, with the wisdom that was imparted upon me, and that I've learned how to do it. That you don't take the information to prove that you're right over anybody. You get to uplift somebody else. Show them where that you've been. Show them the truth about a situation you've been lied to. It ain't a
Right.
you thing. It's not a you thing. It's not a you thing, man. What I'm saying? You are a what? You are what I say in my book. I say you're animated stardust. You know what I'm saying? In which a big pool of the source, the creator of everything, a small cup is poured inside of that animated stardust. You know what I'm saying? That's the extent, of this being right here on this third dimension. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And some
And
of
that's
us,
why I tell you, like I was gonna say that I just like I pay not just with financials and time, sweat, tears, all this stuff to go to school to discern this information,
hmm
but I give it out.
yeah,
Huh.
exactly. You got to, man.
I'm gonna go through the fire and come back and bring the fire. Huh,
Yeah,
there you go. I'm gonna go back in the fire. I gotta get some more fire if that fire finna get ready to go out. So let me go get some more fire and I'm come back. So it's
yeah,
like I'm doing that. And like you said, the same thing. Like when I was younger, I acted the same way. Like, oh, I
yeah,
know this,
mhm.
I know that. Now it's like, man, look, I you can have everything what I know. So
Yeah, yeah.
I
Here
want
you
you to have
go. Exactly. Exactly. I just want you to do right by it, man. Y'all
it.
do right.
Yeah.
Do right by this information. You know what I'm saying? That's Because all of this, I'm gonna tell you something. For all the people, like he said earlier, when people come back to look at these things, man, that's why I love having people like you on here because we're documenting all this information. We're documenting. It's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, people wake up, and see this thing, and 2 o'clock in the morning watching this stuff and going to other moves, connecting all the dots. You know what I'm saying? We want that, man. You know, because somebody did it for us. Now
I
it's
don't.
our turn. We got what they call it.
Right.
What they call it? Paying it forward, right? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We paying it forward with the knowledge, man. So, well, yeah, man, that's it on my end, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you again. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have to do the next one. I can't wait to hear what your next topic is gonna be about. And I'm definitely gonna I'm excited to put this up on my on the actual the audio podcast and get this out everywhere, man. And I'm gonna share this. And if you see this, please like all the people out there, like us both, share us, follow, all that good stuff. Because this is some good information we're giving out. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't stopping because we're
Definitely.
gonna keep rolling with it. So that's all right, all right. So is anything else we got?
Nothing. I just want to tell everybody: don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively, no matter what city, state, or country is in, every hood is the same. And if nobody told you that they love you today, I'm gonna tell you guys right now that I love you. That's why I bring you guys this information because I want to make you guys aware of what's going on. Because to be aware is to be alive. To be alive is to be aware. And we all are going through adversity, and I want us to prosper through it. So if I'm the vessel that's going to go get the information, I'm not no God. I'm not no this. I'm not no that. I'm just somebody that's telling you something that you should listen to. And if you don't think I'm telling you the truth, I tell you go find it and I tell you where to go so you know what it is. I don't want to tell you nothing that's not the truth. I want to tell you this sounds crazy, but you should just look into it and see if it's
Hmm.
factual so
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm. Yeah. All right.
And
Well,
that
that's
that's
it.
all I got to say.
That's it for another amazing episode of the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast. You know what I'm saying? And like he said earlier, the rabbit hole never ever ends. It never ends, and you're gonna keep on seeing that polka dot rabbit, in the back of your mind, and realizing that that
Hmm.
the rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper and deeper. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, good brother. You know what I'm saying? And until next time, I'm very excited, even to share this information, but also for our next conversation. You know what I'm saying? So be well, brother. Peace and love to all the family, and thank y'all very much. Again, follow, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Both of us. I already put his information up here in his different. Please subscribe to his channels and spread the word on there as well. Put that up there. You know, and that's it on my end. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good one and peace.
All right. Peace out.